Okay, 0 to 60 in the Polestar, here we go. It's been that long since I've done one of these videos that it feels a little bit strange, to the point that I don't really know how to do them anymore. So if this video is a load of rubbish, then apologies, but there you go. Now, the reason I haven't done any videos for a while is because for the past 3 months or so, I've been working as a consultant project manager in telecoms. And part of the luxury of that job is I've been driving around in a Polestar 2 EV. Bet you thought I'd gone. Nah. And even though I have the luxury of driving around in that Polestar, I have absolutely no intentions to get rid of this Cooper S because, quite frankly, I like it. And there is that saying as well that if you don't look back at your car and admire it once you've parked it, then you're not driving the right car. So what that gave me the idea of was giving a comparison between driving a 2022 Polestar EV and the old trusty 2010 Mini Cooper S, and also to compare some of the features that the cars have. The first thing is, driving the Mini Cooper is always good fun. You can either drive it erratically or drive it calmly like I'm doing right now and enjoy the drive. It's an enjoyable drive. But let's talk about features. In the Polestar, you have 2 cup holders, although there is a caveat to that. To get to the second cup holder, you have to lift the armrest, which therefore renders the armrest useless. Whereas in the Cooper, well, I've got 2 very conveniently located cup holders, which is ideal as I'm a bit of a sucker for the old Costa coffees. Love a Costa. Both the cars have electric windows, which is a bit of a norm these days. And then when we're talking about up there, the Polestar has a full panoramic roof, but not only does the Mini Cooper have a sunroof, it also opens. So I can have the roof back on a nice day, not today because it's raining, or I can have it slightly tilted if I like. The only downside with having the roof back in a Mini, certainly when you're on motorways, is the noise is pretty much unbearable. So yeah, I think the points go to the Cooper on that one because yes, I can open the roof. Inside the cars, the Polestar's got a very exclusive entertainment system. It's virtually all Google controlled. So if I want to change the radio station, I simply say, "Hey Google, play Radio X." The Mini Cooper, however, the stereo system is very basic. It does have hands-free calling, and with an adapter that I've got, allows me to stream Bluetooth music from Spotify, which is a must because I always use Spotify. Talking of Spotify and mobile phones, neither one of them has a phone holder as standard. However, with the Cooper, I bought myself a nice little adapter here, which does the job perfect. Both the cars have climate control, and they both have air conditioning. And if I'm honest with you, I think the air conditioning in the Cooper might be a slight bit better than the Polestar. Could be wrong, but that's my initial thoughts. And whilst we're talking about the heating side of the car, both the cars also have electric heated seats. So on those cold mornings, you can enjoy warm seats, which is a game changer, and I don't think you actually realise how good they are until you have them. The one slight advantage that the Polestar does have is it does have a heated steering wheel as well, which is also quite nice. Spoiler alert, I am going to do a 0 to 60 comparison in these cars. I have a feeling I know which one's going to win, but just for fun and shits and giggles, as they say, we will do a 0 to 60 comparison when I find a road suitable to do it. And yeah, the space in the Mini Cooper, well, it's not a lot because it's a Mini Cooper. But once you drove a Mini Cooper, you know. It's like that old saying, once you know, you know. It's just a fun car to drive. And honestly, if I had the money, I would love to have one of the newer Minis as well. There's a lot of hate about them with the new look, but personally, I like them. They look nice. Both cars have cruise control, although the Polestar's a little bit more advanced because it has adaptive cruise control. Not only will it keep the speed, it will also slow down and accelerate depending on what the traffic's doing in front of you. One of the biggest downfalls of an EV, which I'm sure many of you might be thinking or aware of, and that is you can't just pull into a gas station and fill up. You have to charge it. And the charging costs aren't particularly cheap. I think when I did a bit of research that to charge the Polestar up to a full charge in an average garage locally, it cost about £35. And the range on that car is around about 230 miles, depending on the time of the year. Summertime, it'll go further. Wintertime, not so far. Whereas if I filled up this tank in the Mini Cooper, let's just say a full tank was £55, that would give me a good 400 to 500 miles. So for me, I could drive to the coast and come back on one tank, depending on how I'm driving. Although the Mini Coopers do come with quite a few common issues, the one thing that is renowned and known good on these cars is the brakes. The brakes on the Mini Cooper are solid. You know, when you want to stop, you're going to stop. The Polestar, they're good, but they don't actually feel as good as the Cooper. So, yeah, I think the points go to the Cooper on that one. The Polestar is obviously a much newer car. It's got a lot of the modern functions. It has a 360 camera system so that you can actually see all around the car when you're reversing, whereas obviously the Cooper hasn't got that. Sat-nav, again, is built into the Polestar. It's not on the Cooper, but that's not a major issue because I've got my little trusty phone holder and I'll just put Google Maps or Apple Maps on the phone and have it within good eyesight so I can see where I'm going. Passenger space is where the Mini Cooper probably lacks, and I feel sorry for any passenger that goes in this car because the back seats are very limited in space versus the Polestar, where you could probably eat a nice picnic quite comfortably. The driving noise comparison, you can't really compare it because the electric vehicle is very quiet to drive, and it's also pretty rampant. Even when you floor it, obviously there's no noise because it's electric, whereas the Cooper, yeah, it has got a lot more road noise, but that's the fun of a petrol engine, right? The steering in the Polestar is adjustable, so you can have it light, heavy, medium, as well as the suspension, whereas obviously I don't really have any of that on the Cooper. The only thing I would say is that if you put the Cooper into sports mode, then the steering gets slightly tougher, stiffens up a little bit maybe. But that said, it's not exactly light even out of sports mode. So yeah. Alrighty then, 0 to 60, here we go. Now that felt pretty quick, but did it beat the Polestar? Okay, 0 to 60 in the Polestar, here we go. It's pretty safe to say I know which the winner is, but we'll find out. Yeah, that felt pretty quick. So to summarise, what is it like to drive a Cooper compared to the Polestar? They both have their own characters. The Mini is definitely more fun. And if I had the money and had the choice of the two cars, it would definitely be a Mini. Probably a newer Mini, maybe. But then how could I ever let go of this one? I don't know. So let me know in the comments below. Do you own a Mini? Are you thinking about owning a Mini? Do you drive a Mini already? And what's your favourite parts about that Mini? Let me know in the comments below. And who knows? I might see you in the next video. I've just found a Costa coffee. So yeah, going to use those cup holders.